everybody, can I get kind of a status update on where you are as far as your setup and everything? Does anybody need more time, or
We're good.
do we have the mic, show any mic checks? We're good on lighting?
We're good.
Alright, so I can't delay this anymore then.
Good try though.
I will get everybody prepared and,
Can you tell us
yes.
one more time who will be speaking?
I'm sorry, say again.
Can you tell us one more time who will be speaking?
It is my understanding, at my last meeting, Larry will be addressing with a fair statement, and then Captain Shane Ware from the police department will be addressing the statement from the police department. At that point, we'll take a few questions. He's going to limit it to just a few questions. I hate to put a number on that because who knows how that's going to go. After the questions, then we're going to exit the door and then we will be ending the conference. Okay? Any more questions for me? All right, let me see if I can get anybody rounded up. That's scary. That's just what we thought. Everybody is ready. Meet me in the hallway before we go in, okay? And then we'll line up and get everything ready. And then we'll make any.
They started asking a question, I'll turn my next
All right, everybody's on their way down. We're going to congregate out here for just a second. Then we'll move into position. I don't know how many people's actually coming, so we may or may not be able to get everybody in front of the backdrop, but we'll just do it as best we can, all right?
Thank you.
Yes.
You want to do people? She did do it. She did do it. Thank you.
Okay, let me know if I'm in your way.
All right, I need a little bit of help here. Can we vacate this area because we've got some people that are going to be standing? We've got, yeah, if we can vacate this area, what I'm going to do is the people who are not going to the podium, they're going to come in and they're going to stand along this wall here. So if we can do this, is that your stuff, Chad? Can you just scoot it somewhere where we can just walk by, and that'd be fantastic. Turn in this way, and then we'll go the rest of the
Is everyone ready? Good morning, I'm Captain Shane Ware with the Vestavia Hills Police Department. Up with me today is Mayor Ashley Curry, the mayor of the city of Vestavia Hills, and Chief Danny Rary, the chief of police. Mayor Curry will speak first, and then I will follow up.
All right. Morning. I'm Ashley Curry. I'm the mayor of Vestavia Hills, and I, along with other elected officials and city staff, appreciate you being here today in support of our community. Vestavia Hills is a close-knit, resilient, loving community, and I want to state, first and foremost, our prayers go out to the victims and the families affected by this senseless act of violence. Our Vestavia Hills chaplains, along with members of St. Stephen's and other local churches, are providing grief support for the families and the first responders that were present at the scene of this horrific act. We also greatly appreciate all of the external agencies and local businesses who have offered their assistance. Our police, with assistance from other law enforcement agencies, handled this crisis in an exemplary manner, and I am grateful for the mutual aid and cooperation between all the agencies involved. Thank you.
Again, my name is Captain Shane Ware with the Vestavia Hills Police Department, and I'm speaking here today with Chief Danny Rary. On Thursday, June 16th, 2022, at approximately 6:22 p.m., the Vestavia Hills Police Department and the Vestavia Hills Fire Department were dispatched to St. Stephen's Episcopal Church, located at 3775 Crosshaven Drive, Vestavia Hills, Alabama, in the Cahaba Heights community, on a call of an active shooter. The church was hosting a small group meeting referred to as a Boomers Potluck Dinner. Our investigation, while ongoing, has revealed that an occasional attendee of the church that I will only identify as a white male, aged 71, was at the dinner. At some point, he produced a handgun and began shooting, striking 3 victims. The victims are being identified as Walter Rainey, white male, age 84, from Irondale, Alabama. He was deceased on the scene of the event. Sarah Yeager, white female, age 75, from Pelham, Alabama. She died at UAB Hospital. A white female, age 84, from Hoover, Alabama, is currently being treated at a local hospital. Another attendee at the event subdued the suspect and held him down until law enforcement arrived. The suspect is currently in custody at the Vestavia Hills Police Department and will remain here while warrants for capital murder are issued by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office later today. The suspect acted alone. There is no threat to the community. Detectives with the Vestavia Hills Police Department and numerous other agencies are still actively investigating this case and remain on scene at the Episcopal Church. The Vestavia Hills Police Department would like to thank all of our local and federal partners that assisted during this investigation. That includes the Mountain Brook Police and Fire Departments, Shelby County 911, the Hoover Police and Fire Department, the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office, the Shelby County Sheriff's Office, the FBI, the ATF, the United States Marshal Service, the Pelham Police Department, ALEA, the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office, the Jefferson County Coroner's Office, and the Rocky Ridge Fire Department. All subsequent updates will be released through the Vestavia Hills Police Department Facebook page and traditional press releases. I will have a copy of this available for you upon the conclusion of today's event. I will take a few brief questions that do not jeopardize our ongoing investigation. Yes, ma'am.
Last night during the police radio communications during the active shooter situation, it was very apparent through the officers' conversations that this suspect was known to law enforcement, that y'all had dealt with him before, knew where he lived, knew what kind of car he drove. Can you discuss at all past interactions with this suspect?
Any past interactions involving this suspect are currently still being investigated by numerous agencies. It would be premature at this time for me to go into that topic.
Captain, how many people were inside of the church at the time this was happening? You described the situation in which a fellow parishioner subdued the shooter. How critical was that in saving lives?
It was extremely critical in saving lives. The person that subdued the suspect, in my opinion, is a hero. I don't know how many people were in the meeting at the time of the event, but the person that subdued him is a hero.
No idea ballpark how many people were there?
I don't want to speculate.
And when can you
Yes,
talk
ma'am.
Can you talk about just the suspect's motive at this point?
Okay.
He had already been an attendee at the church, do we know? Because we've had targeted attacks at churches recently.
What I'm able to tell you is that, yes, the suspect has previously attended services at this church. But as far as the motive behind this event, it is still being looked into by too many agencies, and it would not be appropriate for me at this time to speculate on that. This will be my last question. Yes, ma'am.
Captain Ware, can you tell us why you're choosing to withhold the suspect's name?
First of all, the warrants have not been issued yet by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. I believe the suspect's identity will be released as soon as the warrants are signed. Okay? A copy of this will be available for each of you to pick up if you need it in the lobby. All subsequent press releases and media releases will be handled by our Vestavia Hills Police Department Facebook page and traditional media releases that are emailed to many of you now. If you need to provide me with an email address so that we can email this to you, leave it with the employees at the receptionist desk in the lobby. Thank you.
Did the shooter know this weapon?
I don't know that. This is my last question. Thank you.
Can you just tell us if the weapon was legally obtained or not?
Last question. Thank you.
George?
You giving us the press release?
I'm sorry?
Didn't he say that was gonna, he was gonna?
No, I am not. Hang on a second.
It's a lobby.
Hey, good morning. Greg Daniel, been here and just sensitive information about this traffic release. Can you promise all of you that last night?
If anyone wants a copy of the release that we just made, you can go out these doors to the right, go to the records clerk window, and you can get that from them. If you have any business cards or anything that you want to leave, please leave those with her also, okay? I will collect, ma'am,
Y'all know how to reach me, right?
I think we do. I'm pretty sure we do.